Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm Belmont, your host. Halo Combat Evolved is probably one of the most important first-person shooter games to ever come out. It basically revitalized the first-person shooter genre. It made online gaming reach new heights of popularity when it came to shooter games. Before online gaming was pretty much ruled by MMOs. It still kind of is, but there wasn't any market for anything else. Quake tried. Unreal Tournament tried. They were very popular at their time, but they did not sustain popularity. They did not sustain a market. Halo Combat Evolved is the first-person shooter that I can recall that actually held a market, created a whole new group of people to play, drew in a whole new crowd, and is one of the most beloved franchises out there. At least the Bungie version. I'm not sure how people feel about the new Microsoft version of Halo. I haven't really played much of it, but the first three Halos were played heavily online. They were just almost uncomparable in popularity, especially Halo 2. Halo 2 seemed to have the longest reign. But just recently, over 25 years of classic Halo content is leaked online. And this is from, where are we at? Video Game Chronicles. A huge Halo leak means players can try its original 1999 demo for the first time. It's a sticky grenade, or a spider for the people who watch Red and Blue. Or Red vs. Blue. Over 25 years of Halo content is leaked online, including playable builds from before the iconic first-person shooter series joined Xbox, or was even an FPS. The leaked content appears to have originated from a Halo Studios collaboration with fan modders, which aimed to restore cut content from past Halo titles, including the Halo 2 E3 2003 demo released last month. The mod team Digsite has been working with 343 Studios since last summer, alleging for no pay to restore content. Allegedly for no pay? Oh. So this is a passion project, including multiplayer maps originally developed for the PC port of Halo Combat Evolved and cut content from classic Halo games. Perhaps most significantly, the long-lost Macworld demo from 1999 was planned to be restored for Halo the Master Chief Collection. Prior to landing on Microsoft's first Xbox, Halo was at one point planned to be a third-person exclusive for Mac. Whoa. See, I didn't even know that. I can't imagine this as a third-person game. Well, I mean, I can imagine it. I can't imagine it being as successful as it was as a third-person game. I feel that first-person games were what people wanted back then, especially given the popularity of Quake, given the popularity of Unreal Tournament. Unreal eventually switched to third person, and they did Champions 1 and 2, but I don't think people cared. I think they fell off the map because they switched to that third person formula, which is less immersive than a first person shooter. And this is a post on X from Dogbrain Ludus. Well, all the Halo Digsite stuff leaked. Fact, I nor any of the recent Digsite departures did this. Personally, don't care if modders use anything here how they see fit. Microsoft might not agree. Some old WIP, i.e. H2E3 work is at least 6 months old, so check the official release first. Can I click on this without it redirecting? I cannot. I'm not signing in. Oh, I can view it without signing in now. It's just an image. Some DLL files. File roots. Okay. The original Halo reveal beta as a third-person game has leaked online. I remember watching the elaborate trailer on PC Gamer Disc way back. Yeah, you're old, dude. Me too. They all launch as basic execution files with no extra work needed on modded systems. Uh, so this isn't actual like gameplay. This is just them exploring the 3D rendering of the world, looking around. There's the character. Looks like Arbiter. However, this week's leak has made the 1999 demo fully playable on PC, along with nearly 100 gigs of other files containing unfinished and cut content from the original Halo games developed by Bungie. On Thursday, a former member of the Digsite mod team confirmed the legitimacy of the leaked content, but claimed that none of its current or former members were responsible. I nor any of the recent Digsite departures did this, they wrote. Yeah, I just read that, but how would he know? For reference, by the way, myself and recent, yeah, I just read that. While this happened, but Merry Christmas, fellas. I didn't see that in the tweet. Another former Digsite member commented on the leak, claiming that most of the mod team had recently quit due to a dispute over the team's alleged lack of pay and resources. Oh, so they wanted to be paid. This wasn't a passion project. They wanted their money. Playable beta builds from Halo 1 just dropped today from before the game came. So this is actual like footage of the third person. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I don't think I would have enjoyed this as much as I did as a first-person shooter. This is like I like third-person action adventure games when I'm doing exploring stuff. So maybe if there was like a third-person mode for the main story, I might have liked it. But the accuracy and quick pace of first-person shooters are just better fine-tuned for like arena shooters or rumble pit shooters, things that, you know, Halo called it rumble pit. But only took like 8 bullets to blow up the Warthog. Pretty cool stuff. No, I don't want to replay it. I and the rest of the team responsible for the crash site, E3, Alpha Moon, and most Halo 1 and 2 content quit because it was made clear to us that the E3 2003 demo was more successful than Microsoft expected, and they wanted us to deliver another release on that level, still with no pay and no resources at all. Most recently rebranded 343 Industries as Halo Studios and confirmed that it's working on multiple games developed with Unreal Engine 5. The news was announced during the Halo World Championship and accompanied by a video showing a technical test of various Halo-themed locations running in Unreal Engine 5. Certain Affinity was looking on what we could have been a game-changing battle royale mode for Halo Infinite. The studio's former design director, Mike Klopper, claimed. Well, there you have it. I wonder if... I'll try to find a link to put in the description for the download, because there is a download. He says the link's in the reply, huh? Can I view replies? Or do I have to log in? I'll find it. Whoop. Behind the veil, y'all. Yeah, I'll try to find a link to put in the description for people that want to download the playable demo. But that's cool. It's super cool. It's fun to see it. It's interesting how graphics have not really evolved very far beyond this state. I do think right around PlayStation 4, we hit a wall with graphical fidelity. I don't need to see every blade of grass in a video game unless you're making a grass touching simulator. Right? I just want the games to be fun and enjoyable. And I am not excited about Unreal Engine 5 being used by every studio everywhere, because what this tells me is there is a lack of skilled developers and skilled programmers, and the reason they're using Unreal 5 is because developing and using proprietary software is much more intensive and requires more work. There's just nobody that's really willing to do that, it seems. I don't know what's going on with the current state of gaming. Well, I kind of do. Most of the people who have real talent aren't working for big companies. They're doing their own thing. They're working on their own games right now because AAA is dying because it doesn't understand what gamers want anymore. They're more concerned with what their corporate overlords tell them, and when corporations come in and try to correct video games and correct narratives and correct things, you end up with slop. You end up with games that don't do well. The greatest example of this is E.T., the biggest failure in gaming history. They literally buried the game in a hole. Like, they dug a hole and buried all the copies of the game they could because constant studio interference and a rush deadline created a game that was virtually unplayable. And your next biggest example of a failure would be Concord, which was rife with studio interference and people trying to push an agenda or a message instead of focusing on making a game that would be fun and playable. As Marvel's rivals, of those who don't know, a Chinese company made a Marvel hero shooter game that is going banana hammers on the community right now because people are enjoying the fuck out of it because they were like, hey, what if we just made a fun game? Like, what if we didn't worry about pushing anything? No agendas, no messages. We're not putting any politics into it. We're just going to make a fun game. The only actual politics that might be involved are in-game, in-world politics, as it should be. Like, Witcher 3 was one of the best examples of how a game can be political, say, in a sense, and still be an amazing game because it was all in-world politics. Politics that involved the characters in the world, in the setting. But I'm running on a tangent because of Unreal Engine 5. I'm effectively just tired of everyone being like, oh yeah, it's Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 5, which is going to be a modder's dream world coming up, guys. Like, the modder scene's going to be nuts because Unreal Engine 5 is easy to mod, easy to use, which is why most studios are going to it. And they're like, oh, we want a universal system that's easy. It's, yeah, because you lack the programmers to do it, because you don't have people skilled, talented, or smart enough to execute proprietary engines. But that little mini rant's over. Halo leak of the original gameplay. Check it out. I'm going to try, like I said, I will try to find the link to put in the description, but that's all I have for this video. Belmont out.